The envelope arrived without a stamp. Someone had pushed it beneath my apartment door sometime during the night. Inside were 12 photographs. A child's empty bedroom. A wedding table with one unused chair. A high school football team standing around a gap where another player should have been. A diner booth with 2 cups of coffee, but only one customer. Each photograph had a name written on the back. 12 names. The final picture showed a small town entrance sign, Blackwater, Oregon. Beneath it, someone had written, "They are not missing. The town forgot them." I wasn't a journalist. Or at least that was what I told people when they asked why I spent my life driving toward places everyone else wanted to leave. Blackwater was 4 hours east of Portland, hidden between forested hills and a reservoir that covered the remains of an older town. Rain followed me almost the entire way. The first strange thing happened at the gas station outside the city limits. I showed the clerk one of the photographs. It pictured a 23-year-old waitress named Emily Mercer. According to the note, she had disappeared from Blackwater 6 months earlier. The clerk studied the photograph. "I know that diner," he said. "What about the woman?" He looked again. "What woman?" Emily was standing in the center of the image. Red uniform, dark hair, name tag clearly visible. The clerk looked directly at her and saw nothing. Blackwater contained 1 traffic light, 2 churches, a closed movie theater, and a police station that looked older than the town itself. I checked into the Briar Inn. The owner, Mrs. Calder, gave me room 7. When I signed the register, she stared at my name. "Ethan Hale." "Yes, you have stayed here before." "I haven't." She turned the register toward me. 3 months earlier, someone had signed my name. The handwriting looked exactly like mine. Room 7, 7 nights, no checkout date. Mrs. Calder frowned. "Strange, I don't remember you." I laughed because I did not know what else to do. That afternoon, I visited the Blackwater Police Department. Sheriff Nora Bell listened while I explained the envelope and the 12 missing people. She was in her 40s with tired eyes and the careful manner of someone accustomed to hearing stories that sounded impossible. "There are no 12 missing person cases," she said. "I checked before coming. Several names appeared in old local articles." "Then show me." I opened my laptop. The articles were gone. Search results led to blank pages. Cached photographs showed empty locations. Emily Mercer's employee profile now displayed the diner kitchen without her standing in it. Nora watched my expression. "You really believe those people existed?" "They did." She leaned closer. "Mr. Hale, people come to Blackwater looking for things lost, relatives, missing friends' houses they remember living in. Most of them leave after a day or 2. What happens to the ones who stay?" The fluorescent lights flickered. Nora glanced toward the dark hallway behind me. Then she lowered her voice. "They start finding empty spaces." That evening, I returned to the motel. Room 7 contained 2 suitcases. One belonged to me. The second was identical. Same brand, same broken zipper, same faded airport sticker. Inside it were clothes in my size, a recorder, and a notebook filled with my handwriting. The first page said, "If you found this, you have already been here too long." On the final page was a list of 13 names. The first 12 matched the photographs. The 13th was mine, Ethan Hale. Beside it was a date. 97 days earlier.
I did not sleep. I spent the night comparing the notebook to my own notes. Same handwriting, same habit of crossing the number 7, same spelling mistakes. But I had no memory of writing it. The notebook contained addresses connected to the 12 names. The first belonged to Emily Mercer. Her parents lived in a white house near the reservoir. Mrs. Mercer answered the door. I showed her Emily's photograph. She stared at it for almost a minute. "I don't know this woman. She has your last name. A lot of people do. May I see your family photographs?" She nearly closed the door. Then something in my expression changed her mind. The living room walls were covered with photographs. Birthdays, Christmas mornings, family vacations. In almost every picture, Mr. and Mrs. Mercer stood slightly too far apart. A clear space remained between them. On one shelf were 3 framed graduation photographs. 2 contained their sons. The third frame held only a gray background, no person, no name. Mrs. Mercer touched it. "I don't know why we keep that." Upstairs was a locked bedroom. She claimed it had always been used for storage. Inside were posters, women's clothing, and a dresser filled with makeup. A red diner uniform hung behind the door. Emily was stitched above the pocket. Mrs. Mercer stared at it. Her face tightened. For 1 second, she looked as though she recognized the name. Then the expression vanished. "This isn't ours." A voice came from a small answering machine on the bedside table. "Mom, it's me. I'll be home after my shift." Mrs. Mercer stopped breathing. "Who is that?" I asked. "I don't know." She began crying. Not because she remembered her daughter, because she knew that she should. The other homes were the same. A widower with 2 toothbrushes beside his sink. A woman who prepared 4 plates for dinner, although she claimed to have only 2 children. A teacher with 29 desks and 28 students. A church whose congregation always left 1 seat empty in the front row. Physical reality remembered what human minds had forgotten. By afternoon, Sheriff Bell was helping me. She found storage boxes in the police basement marked with case numbers that did not exist in the computer. Inside were reports about the 12 people. Every file ended the same way. Last seen near Blackwater Reservoir. No witnesses! Investigation suspended after reporting officer failed to recall subject. Nora read the files twice. "I signed some of these. You don't remember?" "No." She lifted one document. The signature was hers. Beneath it, someone had written, "Forgetting begins with the face, then the voice, then the name. After that, the world closes the space." At sunset, we drove to the reservoir. Blackwater stretched between the hills. The modern reservoir had been created in 1963 when a dam flooded the original settlement. According to the notebook, every missing person had visited the shoreline shortly before disappearing. Near an abandoned boat ramp, we found 13 pairs of footprints pressed into the mud. 12 led toward the water. 1 pair came back. They matched my shoes. Nora stared at them. "Have you been here before?" "No." Behind us, someone spoke in my voice. "You said that last time." We turned. A man stood among the trees, same height as me, same coat, same face. Rain moved through him as though he were made from fog. He raised 1 finger to his lips. then walked backward into the forest. Nora looked at me, but the fear on her face was already fading. "Why are we here?" she asked.
By the time we returned to the police station, Nora no longer remembered the footprints. She remembered meeting me. She remembered the files. But every time I mentioned the man in the forest, her expression went blank. So I started recording everything. My voice, every conversation, every room I entered. I wrote my name across both hands, Ethan Hale. Journalist. Room 7. Do not trust memory. The notebook directed me to Blackwater's old television station. KB Ware had closed 15 years earlier, but the building still stood behind the movie theater. Inside were dusty cameras, collapsed ceiling tiles, and shelves filled with videotapes. One tape had been left on the editing desk. The label read, "Play this when you forget yourself!" I found an old monitor and pressed play, static. Then my face appeared. I was sitting in the same room, same coat, same notebook, but I looked exhausted. A bruise darkened one side of my forehead. If you're watching this, the recorded version of me said, "Then the town sent you back." I stepped closer to the screen. I arrived in Blackwater 97 days ago. I received 12 photographs exactly like you did. The man on the tape held up the envelope. The missing are still here. The town does not kill them, it removes every memory that connects them to the world. The image distorted. They exist beneath Blackwater, inside the old flooded streets. Something in the reservoir keeps them alive as long as one person remembers them. He looked directly into the camera. That person was me. I felt the room move beneath my feet. The recording continued. I remembered all 12 that made me dangerous, so it took me next. On the tape, someone began knocking on the studio door. My recorded self glanced behind him. If I disappear, the town may create an echo from whatever memories remain, a copy that believes it has just arrived. "No," I whispered. The man on the screen leaned toward me. "You are not investigating the missing people." A pause. "You are the final memory of the investigator who already disappeared." The studio door behind him opened. Dark water flowed across the floor. The video ended. I stood alone in front of the blank monitor. My phone rang. Sheriff Bell. When I answered, she said, "Blackwater Police Department, who is this?" "It's Ethan." Silence. "Ethan who?" "You met me yesterday." "I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number." The call ended. I opened my motel reservation. No booking existed. My press credentials displayed a blank photograph. My email account rejected my password. I searched my name online. Every article I had ever written remained online, but the author line was empty. I returned to the Briar Inn. Mrs. Calder stood behind the desk. "Can I help you?" "I'm in room 7. "That room is vacant. My things are upstairs." She looked nervous. "Sir, you need to leave." I took the stairs anyway. Room 7 was unlocked. Inside, both suitcases were gone. The bed had not been used, only the notebook remained. A new sentence had appeared on the final page. "When the last person forgets you, the water opens." From the bathroom came
the sound of dripping. I opened the door. The bathtub was filled with black reservoir water. A woman stood beneath its surface, Emily Mercer. Her eyes opened. She pressed one hand against the water as if it were glass. Then 12 voices whispered from the drain. Remember us. Remember us.
I returned to the police station after midnight. Nora had gone home. The night dispatcher did not see me enter. I walked directly past his desk. He looked up when the front door moved, but his eyes passed over me. The forgetting was becoming physical. I could still touch objects, still make sounds. But people noticed the effects without noticing me. In the basement archive, I found 13 storage boxes. The first 12 belonged to the people from the photographs. The last box bore my name, Case 13, Ethan Hale. Inside was a missing person poster. My photograph, my age, my car, last seen entering Blackwater on April 14. 3 months earlier. There were interviews with people from my life. My editor, my landlord, a former girlfriend. At first, they remembered me clearly. Later interviews became uncertain. My editor claimed he recognized the name but could not place it. My landlord said apartment 306 had been empty for years. My former girlfriend insisted the man in my photograph looked familiar, but she had never dated him. The final report had been filed 1 week ago. Subject no longer verifiable. Case closed. At the bottom of the box was an audio recorder. The first voice belonged to Sheriff Bell. Ethan believed the reservoir was built over something older than the original town. Not a creature, a condition, a place where forgotten things continue existing. Then my own voice answered. People think memory describes reality. What if memory holds reality together? The recording skipped. Nora spoke again. Why are you doing this? Because someone has to remember them. And who remembers you? A long silence. No one. I had no surviving family. My parents were dead. I had spent years moving between temporary apartments, assignments, and cities. Friends became contacts. Relationships became old phone numbers. I had built a life in which disappearing would be easy. That was why the town chose me. No one outside Blackwater could hold me in the world. A map lay beneath the recorder. It showed the reservoir before the valley was flooded. At the center of the old town was a municipal building marked Memory Registry. According to a handwritten note, the building still existed beneath the water. A service tunnel connected it to the dam. I heard footsteps on the basement stairs. Nora appeared. She held her gun in both hands. Who's down here? It's me. She aimed toward my voice but could not see me. Nora, look at the case file. The box moved as I pushed it toward her. She flinched, then opened it. She studied my photograph. Her eyes filled with recognition. Ethan. For 1 second, I became visible to her. Then the basement lights flickered. Dark water seeped beneath the archive door. Nora grabbed my wrist. Tell me something I can't forget. What? Something real. I searched for a memory we shared. There was almost nothing. Then I remembered the reservoir. You were there when we found 13 sets of footprints. Her grip tightened.
12 went into the water, and one came back. She looked at my shoes. Recognition returned. You came back. No, I said. The thing wearing my memory came back. Water rose around our ankles from inside. Every evidence box came quiet knocking. Nora opened the tunnel map. If the missing are down there, we bring them back. How? She pointed toward the old emergency broadcast system inside the dam. We make the entire town remember them at the same time.
The service tunnel began beneath the dam's western maintenance building. Nora unlocked it using an emergency key. The passage descended beneath the reservoir. Concrete walls sweated cold water. Old electrical cables hung from the ceiling. Every few hundred feet, we passed doors leading to sealed chambers. Names had been scratched into them. Emily Mercer, Jacob Wells, Sarah Price, Daniel Ortiz. All 12 missing people. My name appeared on the final door. The scratches looked fresh. Behind it was a room containing everything that had disappeared from room 7. My suitcases, my clothes, my press credentials, photographs from my apartment, objects the world had removed after forgetting me. At the center stood the other Ethan, the man from the reservoir. He looked more solid now. "Do not go farther," he said. Nora raised her gun. "What are you?" The part of him that understood. He looked at me. "You are the part that refused. Where are the missing people? Safe. You erased them." "No, the town did." The other Ethan touched the wall. It became transparent. Beyond it lay a flooded street beneath the reservoir. Houses, traffic lights, storefronts. People walked slowly through the dark water without drowning. The 12 missing residents moved among them. Emily wore her diner uniform. A child rode a bicycle along the submerged road. An old woman watered flowers that drifted above her garden. They live inside the last memories held by this place. The other Ethan explained. Why does Blackwater forget them? Because forgetting feeds the boundary. One person disappears and the town remains stable. Stable from what? The submerged residents stopped moving. Every face turned toward us. The other Ethan whispered, from remembering everyone at once. The reservoir was not containing the missing. It was containing every person ever forgotten in Blackwater. Thousands of lives erased over generations. Unwanted children, travelers, workers killed during construction. Families lost when the original town flooded. Their memories had collected beneath the valley until they formed a second Blackwater. A town made from people removed from the first. Every few years, it needed another memory to prevent the two towns from merging. The 12 disappearances had happened closer together because the boundary was weakening. And me? I asked. You remembered too many of them. Your mind connected both towns. So you took me. We completed you. The other Ethan stepped closer. The life you remember before Blackwater is already fading. Stay here, and you will never lose another person. Behind him, the submerged town brightened. I saw my parents walking together on the sidewalk, alive. My mother raised her hand. My father smiled.
They looked exactly as I remembered them. Nora could not see them, but I could. They aren't real, I said. They are remembered. The other Ethan replied. What else does real mean? My mother called my name. For 1 second I wanted to follow. Then I noticed that she repeated the same wave. Again, again. A memory trapped in a loop. I stepped away. The other Ethan's expression hardened. If you broadcast the names, the forgotten town will open. Blackwater will remember everything it buried. Good. It will remember you too. That's the idea. No, he said. You do not understand. You were not the 13th person taken. The tunnel began trembling. You were the 13th person sent back. Behind the transparent wall, thousands of forgotten residents moved toward us. Moved toward us.
Nora and I ran toward the broadcast chamber beneath the dam. The other Ethan followed without hurrying. The forgotten residents moved behind the tunnel walls, matching our speed. The emergency system had been designed to warn Blackwater if the dam failed. Its speakers reached every home, business, and street. Nora powered the transmitter. Nothing happened. The control panel requested an authorized voice identification. The system no longer recognized her. The forgetting had spread from me to everyone involved in the investigation. I placed the audio recorder beside the microphone. It contained the voices of the missing. Emily calling her mother. A teacher reading attendance. A husband leaving a message for his wife. Ordinary evidence that these people had lived. Nora connected the recorder. The transmitter activated. Across Blackwater, emergency sirens woke. I spoke the first name. Emily Mercer. The tunnel shook. Above us, her mother woke with the memory of giving birth to a daughter. The empty graduation frame filled with Emily's photograph. Her bedroom became real again. Jacob Wells. A widower remembered the brother who had built his house. Sarah Price. 28 students remembered the girl who once sat at the empty desk with every name. The submerged town moved closer to the surface. Windows cracked. Water poured into the chamber. The other Ethan entered. You are not saving them, he said. You are forcing grief back into people who survive by forgetting. They did not choose to forget. Does that matter to the pain? I spoke the remaining names. Photographs changed. Empty chairs became occupied. Voices returned to answering machines. Families woke screaming as years of erased memories flooded back. Then only one name remained. Mine. The microphone waited. Nora looked at me. If we say it, what happens? I don't know. The other Ethan smiled. I do. The dam walls groaned. You are not a body waiting beneath the water. You are a memory shaped like a man. If the town remembers Ethan Hale, the original returns. And me? You end. Nora lowered her eyes. The real Ethan was somewhere inside the submerged town. The man who had arrived 97 days earlier. The man who had recorded the warning. I was only the last clear memory he had left behind. A temporary investigator created to finish what he could not. I thought about the apartment I remembered, the career, the cities, the people whose faces were already becoming uncertain. Maybe they belonged to him. Maybe none of them had ever belonged to me. The other Ethan extended his hand. Stay. You can continue. As what? As the version who does not have to disappear. Behind him, my parents waited in the flooded street. Nora spoke quietly. "Ethan, I remember you." The other man toward her. Her eyes remained on me. "You came into my station carrying 12 photographs. You argued with me. You made me go to the reservoir in the rain. You were afraid, but you stayed." The chamber lights flickered. My hands became visible again. Nora remembered me, not the original me. For the first time, I had a memory that belonged only to this version. I leaned toward the microphone. "My name is Ethan Hale." The other Ethan screamed. The sound came from every wall. I continued. "I came to Blackwater to find 12 missing people." Cracks spread across the broadcast chamber, and I became the 13th. The reservoir erupted above us. Every speaker in town repeated my name. Ethan Hale. Ethan Hale. Ethan Hale. The other Ethan broke apart into dark water. The tunnel filled with white light, and the forgotten town rose.
I woke beside the reservoir at sunrise. Nora lay several feet away. Emergency crews moved along the shoreline. The dam remained standing. Blackwater had not flooded, but the town had changed. Emily Mercer was alive. She'd been found walking barefoot near the diner. Her parents remembered everything. All 12 missing people returned before morning. Some believed only a few hours had passed. Others remembered living for years beneath the reservoir. The town also remembered hundreds of older disappearances. Investigations reopened. Families discovered names that had been removed from records generations earlier. Empty rooms filled with belongings. Old photographs repaired themselves. Blackwater could no longer pretend it had never lost anyone. Nora found me near the boat ramp. She looked directly at me. "Ethan?" I stood. For a moment, I believed it had worked. Then she walked through me, not metaphorically. Her shoulder passed through mine like cold air. She continued toward a man standing behind me, the original Ethan Hale. He looked exactly like the person from the videotape. Bruised forehead, wet coat, exhausted eyes. Nora embraced him. He looked past her. He saw me. Neither of us spoke. He understood immediately. I had brought him back. There was only enough reality for one of us. By noon, no one could see me except Ethan. We sat together outside the Briar Inn. He remembered everything I had experienced because I had been made from him. But I could not access everything that belonged to him. We were no longer the same person. "What happens to you?" he asked. "I think I disappear." "I'm sorry. You would have done the same." He looked toward the reservoir. "I did. That's why you exist." By sunset, my hands were transparent. Ethan placed the notebook on the table between us. 13 names remained written inside. The first 12 no longer looked faded. Mine was disappearing. "You should write something," he said. "What?" "Something only you would say." I took the pen. On the final page I wrote, "Finding the missing does not always bring them home. Sometimes it only proves they were here." The letters remained after my fingers passed through the paper. That gave me hope. Maybe a person did not need a body to remain real. Maybe one sentence was enough. Ethan returned to Portland. He published the Blackwater investigation under both our names. The original journalist
and the version who finished the case. People argued about the second name. Some believed it was of pseudonym. Others thought it referred to a confidential source. No one understood that 2 Ethan Hales had written the story. For several weeks I remained near him, a reflection in dark windows, a shape in the passenger seat, a voice buried beneath his recordings. Then even he began forgetting. One morning, he opened the notebook and stared at my sentence for a long time. He did not recognize the handwriting. That night, I returned to Blackwater. The reservoir was quiet. The old flooded streets were empty. Every missing person had gone home. All except one. At the abandoned boat ramp, I found a new poster attached to the warning sign. Missing. No photograph, no description, only a blank space where a person should have been. At the bottom, someone had written, "Last seen investigating his own disappearance." I heard footsteps behind me. The original Ethan stood at the edge of the trees. Or perhaps it was only the final memory he had of me. He raised a recorder. My voice played through the speaker. "If you found this, you have already been here too long." The reservoir began to ripple. Blackwater moved toward the shore, and beneath its surface a streetlight turned on. Then another, then another. A new empty town was waiting below. This time, every house had my name on the door. I finally understood. Blackwater had not released me because no one could rescue the last missing person. Someone always had to remain behind, so the others could return. And now that everyone else remembered who they were, I was the only person left for the town to forget.